Hello dear friends, welcome again to the daily current affairs session brought to you by CII IAS for the prelims. And today on 13th April we are going to have the following topics: Amnesty International, Green Corating, Zambia is a country in Africa, KAB 1500 bombs and Barak missile. So let's have a detailed look of this. Now, why Amnesty International is one of the famous international organizations, non-governmental organizations, especially for the works done in human rights issues, human rights abuses and etc. So, why this is in news? Because the Secretary General of Amnesty International has sought to bring out changes in the Amnesty International, their organization. They are trying to amend some of the guidelines, some of the major areas of how to function, what should be the criteria to rank or to rate different countries and their administrations, including their governance. So that is the news, and some factual knowledge about Amnesty International. It is not under any UN mandate. It is not under any intergovernmental organization. It is a totally non-governmental organization, an NGO, a London-based non-governmental organization, was established in 1961, and it majorly focuses on human rights and various, how human rights is preserved, how human rights is functioning in different countries, including human rights abuses and etc. So it draws attention to human rights abuses and campaign for the compliance with international laws and standards. So there are different international laws and standards set up by different parent agencies like UN General Assembly is there, UN Security Council is there. There are many mandates. There are like, for example, I am giving an example, a refoulement agreement. Refoulement agreement is particularly concentrated on the refugee migrants. So if refugee take place from one country to different countries, they are termed as a refugee or migrants. So this refoulement agreement is particularly concentrating on not to derogate them, not to disrespect them. They have to give equal dignity and status. So that is what refoulement say. So that kind of international laws and standards are to be complied with different countries. So that is what they have to check. This Amnesty International works on that kind of a function. So main thing, 1977 Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to this Amnesty International for its defense of human dignity against torture. Now, United Nations Prize in the field of human rights of 1978 was also backed by this Amnesty International. Especially, we have following key areas like women, children, minorities, indigenous rights. These statements may come. What all are the key areas of Amnesty International? What all are the key areas of any other organization? So that is what we need to learn, some statements about some of the major institutions around the world and India. So ending torture, abolition of death penalty, not giving death penalty, rights of refugees, rights of prisoners of conscience, protection of human dignity, etc. Moving on to the next one is Green Corating. Green Corating is by the organization who initiated this is Confederation of Indian Industries, it is CII. Now some of the industries we have to learn: CII, FICCI, and this NASCOM, ASSOCHAM, like that. There are many organizations, many interest groups of industries. So like we have two kinds of groups, like interest group and this demand groups. Demand groups are majorly who does this strikes and protest and all those things where they demand the thing by carrying out any protest like strike, hartal, Bharat Bandh, etc. Interest groups are those groups which work as a policy maker organization assisting the government. For example, FICCI and CII are examples of this interest group who work along with this government. It's not a government organization, but who works with the government, providing assistance to them to cater all the demands of that particular sector. For example, CII works as a policy tank, as a policy maker institution, to give suggestions, to make how policy should be done for industry sector to have their development, inclusive nature and etc. So this Green Corating is by CII, Confederation of Indian Industry. Now this is in news because Indian Railway has collaborated with this CII to enter this Green Corating. Now what is Green Corating? Green Corating is a kind of a rating where they will judge how an industry, how a company, how a factory is complying with the environmental standards of India. So what is their environmental performance, how good they are performing on the effluent gas release, how they are on the waste treatment, the solid waste treatment, how they are propelling their waste to the rivers or water bodies, etc. So based on all those activities, this CII will rate industries as per environmental standards. So read the statement: CII's Green Corating is the first of its kind in the world. First of its kind in the world, not in India. That facilitates companies in improving their overall green performance. So they rate the companies on their environment friendliness. How environment friendly are the companies? How eco-friendly are the companies? What are the effluents they are releasing to the nature, to the atmosphere? How they are impacting this environment? So the companies which impact most will be rated very less, and the companies which are most eco-friendly or environment friendly will be ranked to the top. I will show you a next slide where different rankings are given as per different colors. Now remember one thing, this is the first of its kind in the world. This is the first country, India is the first country to have such an rating system. This uses life cycle approach. Now question may come, what is life cycle approach? Recently seen in the news relating to this environmental standards. What is life cycle approach? Now life cycle approach, in the name itself it is there. See, from the starting of a product up to the end of the product, that is called the product life cycle. Now product life cycle includes the manufacturers, the transporters, the people who are selling it, the people who are buying it, and the people who are using it. So all this comes under this product cycle. Now this Green Corating emphasizes on this product life cycle approach. That means from the start of the product design until the ending of the product life, the entire cycle, who all are the stakeholders, who all are the participants inside the cycle should comply with the environmental standards. That is what this life cycle approach means. So it is not just the users, it is not just the manufacturers, but the entire cycle, who all uses it, manufactures it, services it, etc. Okay, so remember two things: Graha 5 rating and lead rating. Lead rating was carried out by USA, and in the lines of lead rating we have in India Graha 5 rating. Both these are for buildings, building constructions and eco-friendly building. We hear about green building, eco-friendly building, etc. See, our environment ministry has its headquarters in where New Delhi. That building of this Ministry of Environment is the first to have this Graha 5 rating. That is the first green building of a ministry. So this slide shows about what is the criteria, what is the rating. See, on the top we have platinum, then we have gold, then we have silver, bronze, and then a blue color, which is just to say that yes, that company is certified. So if it is just a certification, it will have a sky blue color, then bronze, then silver, gold, and platinum. That is the ranking. So platinum means it is the most environment friendly company, and certified means it is just certified, it has to go on par with the environmental standard. That is what it means. Bronze means it is the least environment friendly company. Have a look at this, pausing the video. Next news is about small news about Zambia. Zambia is a country in Africa. It's a part of southern Africa. It is a landlocked country mainly, and the news is that the President of India and the President of Zambia has ceremonially organized or commenced the work of a 93-kilometer Lusaka traffic decongestion project. Now Zambia is, as I have told, it is a landlocked country in southern Africa. The largest waterfall in the world, Victoria Falls, comes under this Zambia. That is coming inside Zambia. Now it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And 2-3 things. Remember, until 1964, Zambia was known as Northern Rhodesia. That was the name. In 1964, it was renamed as Zambia. Then Zambezi River, that is what the name come from. Zambia got the name from Zambezi River, which has this Victoria waterfalls. Now one more thing, it is Africa's largest dam. Now it is Aswan Dam. So before the construction of Aswan Dam, we had this largest dam of Africa in Zambia. That was known as this Kariba, Lake Kariba. Zambia's Lake Kariba had the largest dam until Aswan Dam was constructed. Now Aswan Dam is the largest, and it is also known for, Zambia is also known for copper mining, and it has a particular area where open cast mines are there. It is said to be the world's second largest open cast mine, and that belt is called Copper Belt. So Copper Belt, recently seen in the news, is related to which country? Answer is Zambia. This is a map of Zambia. If you need explanation, you can just pause the video and just check which all are the countries surrounding this. It does not pass through equator. It is passing through the tropic in the tropic region. And Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Botswana are the countries surrounding. It's a landlocked country actually. Okay, moving on to the next one is about a KAB 1500 bombs. This is in the news because Defense Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has started this procurement proposals. She has cleared this procurement proposals for the precision guided missile. It's actually a precision guided. Now, what is precision guided? If we fire it, if with the projectile motion, with the initial motion, if it hits a target, that is an unprecision bomb. Precision means it will be guided by a laser, laser automatic system where the laser will detect the target and then hit the proper target without any error. That is what precision guided means. Now we hear about this fire and forget missiles, like NAG is an anti-tank missile which is a fire and forget. It has a laser mechanism to search for the target and go and hit on the target without any error. So what is the advantage of that? We can reduce the collateral damage. We can just target on the we can just aim on the target. That is what this means. Now have the following facts about this. The precision guided weapon which uses laser for its precision guidance, and it is primarily equipped in Sukhoi MKI 30, and mainly it is used for destroying the railway lines, ammunition depots, bridges, military facilities and ships. So minimum collateral damage and maximum targeted destruction. And it is having a fin which can be folded to have a good maneuvering, and India will purchase these from Russia. Now link this news with Barak. Barak is a missile from Israel actually. India and Israel are collaborating with each other. DRDO and the Defense Research Organization of Israel is partnering with India, DRDO, to make this Barak missile in India. And Barak missile is actually an LRSAM, long range surface to air missile or medium range surface to air missile. So LRSAM, MRSAM are related to Barak missile. Barak missile is a missile we have collaborating with Israel to make. Now BrahMos is the one which we and Russia are collaborating with each other. So we need to know who all are the countries collaborating with each other to make the missiles. Before ending, just we have a news on Cabinet Committee of Economic Affairs. So I have made this as a question. Read the news in your material. Okay. So consider the following statements about CCEA, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. It is headed by PM. It reviews the report submitted by the CAG of India. It has members from various ministries. Now, one fact, if we know that the report submitted by CAG is reviewed by or scrutinized by Public Accounts Committee, not CCEA. CCEA is a cabinet committee which has all these policy formulations and how the economic trend is growing on, so what India needs. That kind of decisions are made by CCEA, not the reviewing of accounts. So especially PAC is the main function of PAC or Public Accounts Committee is a review of CAG, not CCEA. Okay. So the second statement is wrong. First one is correct. Yes, it is headed by PM. And third one is also correct. It has members from various ministries. Now have a look at all the committees: Estimates Committee, PAC, and Public Undertaking Committee, as well as CCEA. So all this has distinguishing statements and distinguishing functions. So have a thorough knowledge about this. I am winding up here. See you next time. Have a nice day.